Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Edith Bowman and it's an absolute pleasure to be here in person, seeing faces and smelling everybody, to be here to welcome and introduce to you the fantastic shooting stars for this year. A real privilege to celebrate their talents and also shine a light on the incredible productions and work that is coming out of all their different home countries. But before we meet them, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome the MD of the European Film Promotion, Sonja Heinen. Sonja, welcome. How are you? I'm going to grab a microphone for you for 1 second, just so that we're not sharing a microphone. Would you want to grab that? You know, still got to make sure we got a hands safe and stuff. Before we meet this wonderful collection of very talented individuals, the role of the shooting stars. Tell for people who maybe don't know that much about it. Tell us a little bit about what it is and why it was started.
So Shooting Star, it's actually our 25th year. It's a kind of
Happy
little
birthday!
anniversary.
Yay!
Yeah. We are European Film Promotion, and our job is to promote European films and European talent throughout the world. And we are the network organization of national film promotion institutes from all European countries, 37 countries. And they all come together to do programs to promote European cinema. And already back then, 25 years ago, it was obvious that we would like to show the promising new faces of European cinema to the whole world. And yeah, that was the start.
And 25 years later, happy birthday, by the way. What do you think that the Shooting Star has achieved, both in terms of individually for people, but also in terms of for European cinema?
So I think for European cinema, it is important that the Shooting Stars brand, it has become a brand. It's unique because it shows diversity. Look at them, it's fantastic. We have from 10 different countries, different actors from who we are sure that they will make a fantastic career. And I think we have introduced until now more than 300 shooting stars. Many of them are coming back. We give them the platform to meet casting directors, 50, 60 international casting directors, usually coming to Berlin. Now we meet them partly online and only partly in Berlin. But so we can provide you with great contacts for your future international career, because in their countries they are known already.
It's a wonderful way, like you say, it's this two thing where it's celebrating both their individual talents, but you know, European cinema. And we have quite a few people to thank, because I can't imagine how hard the job is for the jury who select these 10 shooting stars, and we need to thank those jury members. And we have a couple of them with us today, yes. I believe. Former shooting star. Where is Sarah? I think you need to stand up. Round of applause, please, for the wonderful Sarah Sayoko.
Sarah Sayoko.
Where is she? Also, producer Bernard Michaud is one of the jurors, filmmaker Levan Akin, casting director Tim Pagrin, and film scholar and curator Yeonhun Chen. Can we give a round of applause for our wonderful jurors? Thank you. And Sonja, you have a few people to thank as well when it comes to partnerships.
Yes, of course, to our partners. But first also I would like to thank our member organizations who actually, in all the countries, they do the effort every year to identify who is the most promising actor or actress to bring to Shooting Stars. So thank you for your efforts also. And then, yes, please. And then also there are all our partners and sponsors in repetition, I see. So we have from Brussels, from Creative Europe, from the media program, we get great help since many years. They are our main partner in basically all our activities. We have from the Filmstiftung North Rhine-Westphalia, Tanja and Nina are here. Thank you for your loyal support throughout all the years. We have from a Median Board, nobody is here at the moment, I think. Berlin-Brandenburg are our partners, Spotlight from the UK, L'Oréal Paris, and of course the German Federal Commissioner for Culture and the Media. That was the first time I said it without falling over the word. They support us also every year a lot. And then we have our main media partner, Variety, Kate and Leo are here. And other media partners, further media partners like Cine Europa, I think Anna is here, Screen International. We have, Helen, help me. Ekran. Hold on, I should have taken my... Blickpunkt Film, of course. Hey, you guys, of course. Since many years, Festival Scope, and Ekran. So, they all help us to make that possible and also to promote the actors everywhere.
Amazing. Listen, it's brilliant. Right now it's time to meet our wonderful 10 shooting stars. We're going to do it in 3 groups to give them all an opportunity to talk about their career so far. So before I introduce the first group, let's take a look at them in action.
I hate spearfishing. I like to dive.
Anna Maria Bartolomei, Emilio Zakaria, and Gracia Filipovic. Come and take a seat, guys. Do we have a microphone for each of them, or are they? Yeah, we do. I'm going to give that one to you, Anna Maria. Thank you so much. There we go. Thank you so much. I'm going to come around this way a little bit so I can see your faces. Thank you, and congratulations to you all. So wonderful and so great to celebrate your amazing career so far. I'm going to start with you, Anna Maria, if that's okay. I've got to say congratulations on the happening and all the amazing recognition that you're getting and the film's getting as well. When you step into a project like that, are you aware that it's got something within it that is going to connect, that is going to make a difference?
I think anybody expected this. I mean, winning the Golden Lion was something, very surprising, and we're all very overwhelmed by it. But I think that I felt while making the movie and shooting that everyone was so in the crew, so involved and so passionate about the subject and, the story, and we wanted to push it very far. And just because Happening is an adaptation of Annie Ernaux's book, and she told us that from all her books, this was the one that had the less media shine. So, pushing the movie so far was a sort of, not a revenge, but something very special to her that we could do. So, we were very happy for that in particular.
Throughout your career, you've had, to date anyway, you've had a wonderful opportunity to work with some really powerful females, both in front of the camera and behind. And I wonder if that's something that you take away from those, you learn from each of these strong women that you've worked with.
Definitely. I think I've been very lucky. As you said, I had Isabelle Huppert as a mom. I had Sandrine Bonnaire as a mom.
Who doesn't want Isabelle Huppert as a mom?
And I think that the only thing I could, the best thing that could answer to your question is an advice that Sandrine Bonnaire actually gave me. She told me that you have to forget about yourself and how you look at yourself, but, really trust the director and his gaze or her gaze, and try to, don't think about how you will look on camera. You're not here to do modeling, you're here to act and perform, and you have to forget yourself and not look at yourself. Because sometimes you can, be concerned about, do I look good on camera? Do I look pretty? And this is not what acting is about. And I think it's just, yeah, really recentrer, recenter it. I don't know. Yeah, go to the essential of what acting is.
And what's informing your choices now when you are reading scripts and you are going for parts? Are there certain things you're looking for, certain roles, or is it people you want to work with?
Well, I told Audrey that the director of Happening, that she really hired my standards because now I feel I'm more, demanding and maybe more precise. And I mean, this role was such a gift because, it's very, it's very complete and very rich. So now I'm still looking for that. But I think I don't have a particular, interest or something. I'm just very open to encounters and meetings, and I have actually directors I want to work with.
Amazing, exciting times.
Thank you.
Emilio, congratulations for you, sir, as well. What informs you? What are you looking for in roles at this stage in your career for characters? What are you looking for?
I just always try to find something very different from the character I've been playing before. And there's something about scripts. So you read a script and you either catches you or it doesn't. Yeah. That's how I feel. And when I read a script, I can imagine myself playing this character. Just when you read a book, you create your own characters in your mind. And sometimes it happens and sometimes not. And when it happens, I feel like, okay, I really want to do this.
We saw a lovely little clip within your montage there of The World Known to Us of, and it required quite a physical role in terms of was that a fun side to explore with a character, in terms of there was a lot needed of you as an actor to kind of really physically fulfill that role, really?
That was a dream of mine. It was a dream of mine. When I was a little kid, I was always watching Jackie Chan movies, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be Jackie Chan one day. I always said, Mom, one day I'm gonna become a fan. I thought fan meant actor. I didn't know it at that point. And so I went into martial arts and did a lot of karate and parkour and all that stuff just for one day, if I make a movie, I can do the Jackie Chan moves. Didn't have the chance yet, but maybe one day.
It's a good dream to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good dream to have. And I think it's wonderful as well that there are so many of our shooting stars that are kind of multifaceted and have many different kind of plates spinning in their life, and music is a big part of your life as well. Is it easy for you to navigate both those worlds and keep both those plates spinning, really?
It gets tough sometimes, but it's manageable, if that's a word that exists. I'm just going to go with it.
It's good. Manageable's good.
No, it's okay. I mean, I actually like it. So I jump into a character, I film a movie, I'm not myself, I'm another person for about half a year. And then after that I can just jump back into the studio and write stories about my personal stuff and kind of swim back into my real persona. Like when I film, I really dig into the character and I just change also privately. I'm just not myself, so it really helps me to get back.
That's a nice outlet, isn't it, of kind of being able to offload a lot of things as well.
Definitely.
What can you tell us about the Fatih Akin project? Can you tell us anything?
I would love to, but I don't want to get sued. I can't talk about it a lot. I just can say it's amazing to work with him. From the beginning on, he always made it feel like it's our film. He never said my film. So it was just like a big family, and he was so into the character and just so precise with everything. Every morning he came into the makeup trailer and gave me like little cards. He was like, today it's about this and this and this, and we have to take care of this, and he just changed everything every morning. But it was amazing. It really was amazing.
Right. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Gracia, congratulations. I was so thrilled to get to spend more time with Julia as a character. As an actor, is that a lovely luxury to play a character and then go back to her and have a kind of bigger palette to play with?
Yeah, so we did with the same director, Antonetta Lamat-Kusjanovic, we did a short movie, Into the Blue, which was a few years prior, and it's kind of similar character. And what was really interesting to me was seeing how, in a way, both me and Julia grew up during these two shootings. And even though Into the Blue was a short movie, I still remember having a very profound conversations with Antonetta about the character. And of course, for Morena, we had much more preparations, but I felt really grateful that she kind of gave me freedom and trust to put a little bit of myself into Julia as well.
Yeah.
And also it was very fun to see how her instructions changed during these two times, because when we were shooting Into the Blue, I was like 13 or 14.
Wow.
And then Morena, I was 16. So her instructions also changed during these times. But yeah, for me it was really interesting to see how this journey went, and you know, just to see how Julia changed, but also how my view of Julia changed during these two times.
And I guess as well, having that opportunity to grow with your director as well, you know, and,
Yeah, exactly.
and see how she grows. I guess, do you mind talking a little bit about the difference in conversations of what you had about that character and what you had about shooting?
Well, I feel like for the both sets, the thing that was really important, that we really came prepared on the set. So I remember we were spending a lot of time having these very deep conversations about the character. I was writing a diary from Julia's point of view, so I could, you know, get in her mind.
Yeah.
Also, we had a lot of physical preparations as well. I had to learn how to dive on bottles. I had all these breathing techniques because we had a lot of underwater shots. And I remember at one point, we were living with the actors on this island all together, so we can, you know, get the family activities together. So yeah, and also during the shooting, I feel like we were really focused and concentrated, and that's why it worked out.
I loved your little film that you did where you were talking about your favorite place. It looked like the scene from the film where in the short where you do the big dive. And I wanted to ask about your kind of life outside of acting and how it kind of helps you inform how you play characters and how you approach roles.
Well, I said this before, but my whole life has kind of been balancing between different activities. And I felt like that really helped me for the movies as well. I remember when I was younger, I was doing theater, I was playing in movies, I was training swimming, I was doing tap dance and also school. And I felt like from everything, so for example, from swimming, I got the discipline. From tap dancing, I got the stage presence and not being afraid in front of the cameras. So currently I'm studying biology in Croatia, yeah. And you know, sometimes it's hard. I remember I was like doing interviews in the morning and then I would study in the afternoon and I was going to all these festivals. But you know, it's definitely not impossible, and I felt like if you got discipline and hard work, that you can do it.
Amazing. I'm so excited to see what you all do next as well. And also it's just been so wonderful to shine a spotlight on the brilliant productions that are coming out of your respective countries. So congratulations and thank you so much for chatting to me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Huge round of applause, please, for our first 3 shooting stars. You can go and sit down, guys. Thank you so much. Anna Maria, Emilio, and Gracia. Right. Time for our next 3 before I welcome them on stage. Let's take a look at their work.
Avec son frère. Ik heb gewoon het gevoel dat ik nooit genoeg voor je ben.
Please welcome to the stage Hannah Van Fleet, Timon Sluba, and even Ahmed. Now grab a microphone, guys. There we go. Welcome. Congratulations. A very short burst. Awkward or nice seeing those little moments of yourself on screen?
Definitely awkward.
Hannah, I'm going to start with you, if that's all right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's really brilliant when you hear creatives that are being involved fully in productions, and with Plus, it was you co-created and you co-wrote that. How important is it for you to be that involved in projects?
Well, it was the first time I was this involved. I didn't co-write, though,
sorry, okay.
I have to admit. It started 6 years ago with a very tiny idea for a web series, because we really, out of necessity actually, because we really missed a nuanced, positive representation of women, of queer people. And I do feel like it changed my view on acting, and also, because it gave a new layer to, you know, the profession, and to feel like there's also this big opportunity to mean something in the world. Yeah.
It's wonderful where you get that opportunity where you have an idea and you see it through, but not just see it through, you know, see it through to different stages as well, from a series to a film version as well. That must be wonderful to see that success, and also see it on a world platform now as well.
Yes, yesterday it came out on Netflix worldwide, and we started without any money, like nobody got paid, you know. So that's, of course, that's wonderful, and also because we wanted young people to see and to have new role models that we didn't have when we were younger. So that's amazing. And also, of course, the opportunity to grow together as a team with a director and a screenwriter, and all the actors involved were all there for like 6 years. And the film is also a debut for a lot of departments, for directing, editing, writing, the gaffer, like a lot of departments, so that's also special.
And very inspiring, I imagine, as well for your contemporaries, you know, in the Netherlands, with regards to how a project can get off the ground like that. You know, you're frustrated that there's nothing there, so you can make it happen.
Yeah, I hope it paves the way a little for other young makers that get told that what they want to make is niche, or like is not, I don't know, that their stories are not important, you know? Yeah. They are, so.
You said that it changed your opinion on acting, or your
my view,
your
maybe,
view,
yeah.
In what way?
Well, it expanded my idea of what acting can be, or what you can mean as an actor. Yeah. So because it's not only about acting well in the film, it's also about, you know, creating role models and talking about stuff like emancipation of women, of queer people. That's what I do that quite a lot now in the Netherlands, and I like it, actually. Yeah.
Well, it feels like it's important for you to, you know, you're on a platform, but to use that platform that you're on wisely, but for the benefit of others, is, you know, that's an important part for you.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to move on, if that's all right, to
that's
Timon.
fine. That's
Thank
fine.
you. Timon, congratulations on your Shooting Star nomination. I wanted to ask about theatre first with you, if that's okay, and how important that journey with theatre has been for you.
Yeah, it has been a big part of me. I come from a theater background, so I love it. But I also love film acting. I think it's, in a way, very similar, but also very different. Yeah. I find theater more performative. It happens in the now with the audience, and there's this permanent connection to the audience. You can't switch it off, and so you have to project all that energy always to the audience. While on camera, I think it catches all the smaller or subtle details of acting that you can't really experience in the theater.
Yeah. I'm so impressed by the roles that you've played, and the diversity of characters that you've played, and the kind of different depths that you give as an actor. I wanted to ask about your choices and about what it is that makes you, you know, kind of want to be involved in a project.
Oh, well, I don't know. Probably the artistic vision of the director or the team. I always try to look in myself as an actor to go deeper and deeper and find those places that I don't usually show. But I love to see characters when they feel alive and have like an arc to them.
Do you think it's, I don't know, do you think it's a kind of a possible to want to set out to be a type of actor? Or did you set out to be, I want to be this type of actor? Or has that journey been...
No, never.
No.
It's just random for me.
Lucky thing. Wow, good choices. Evan, so great to have you here, and congratulations on your Shooting Star nomination.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask about the, I don't know, also I wanted to say congratulations on the success as well of Swabakash as well. What was that project like for you in terms of, how was it presented to you, and did you instantly kind of see the opportunities that it would give you as an actress for that role?
I mean, no, not really, because in the beginning it was a very famous book in Sweden, also I think around the world, and they already made 3 movies, and now Netflix wanted to make a series of it. So it feels like, who's gonna watch this, you know? But the twist kind of was that now, because you know, in the gangster genre, you always see men as the leads, obviously. So this time they wanted to put a woman in the center of this and to mix the 2 different worlds between startups, tech industry, and the gangster world in Sweden. And I thought that was quite interesting. But I actually, in my first meeting, I had all my doubts. And I think that was actually why they wanted me to be a part of the role of the series, because I had, what do you say? Needs, or not needs, but I questioned it, and I think that was why I got it.
Yeah, with working, having the luxury of working on, you know, TV, film, are they different disciplines? Do you approach it differently as an actor?
I think so. I also have a theater background,
Yeah.
and I feel like, I mean, to study in a drama school for 3 years, you have very strong discipline, and you know everything, and you have so much respect for the artwork of acting. And then you go to TV, and then it's very fast, and you know,
Yeah.
it's an industry, it's a business also. So in the theater, I don't feel like it's an industry in the same way. But I feel like maybe in TV and film, it's more, the actor is like more lonely.
Yeah.
You have sometimes, you know, the film workers, they don't talk to you because you're an actor and you're not supposed to talk to the actors. And I feel like that's a little bit, you know, it's sad.
Yeah. Do you have in mind kind of roles that you would like to take on? Do you ever kind of, not a wish list, so to speak, but, you know, I'd quite like to, do you give yourself that luxury of kind of thinking about specific roles that you would like, or types of characters you'd like to play?
No, not really. I just feel like if someone has an interesting character or interesting script that connects with me, then that's it. But I think, I mean, I've learned so much about myself through the years, and I think I've always seen myself like, I should do comedy, but I don't think I don't think I need to have like the deep psychology, like a drug addict or someone losing. I think I need those like really trauma roles. I like those type of, you know, deep psychological.
Yeah.
And also female characters that are not perfect, that they can be very, you know, complex. That's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Hannah. How important is your writing to you as well, as an outlet, as another kind of source for your creativity?
I mean, it is important because that's, I haven't read that many books actually. I've only read like a lot of scripts, and but I think it's, I don't know how to, my writing is still very sensitive to me and still very personal. I published a novel in 2017, and that was like the worst thing in my life because it was so personal.
Yeah.
And in acting, standing in front of a camera and show yourself, it's one thing, but the writing feels so personal.
Yeah. Could I just ask people to keep the talking down in the room, please? Show a bit of respect for our wonderful shooting stars. Thank you so much. Hannah, I want to just ask another question in terms of, I've asked these guys about kind of future roles, and if it's something, particularly when you've been involved in the creation of a project, whether it's got you in mind of the roles that you want to play in the future and characters, and you're sort of thinking about that already.
Well, I mean, it will be hard to go back to characters that are less nuanced and less flawed also. So I strive for doing that, and I just hope that I get to work with a lot of makers that recognize something in the, in the style or in this kind of naturalistic style.
Yeah, amazing.
Could be anyone though, but yeah.
Thank you so much for your generosity in chatting to me today, and congratulations on your shooting star. Please give a round of applause to our wonderful Hannah, Timon and Evan. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, and our last collection of shooting stars, we have 4, but before we meet them, let's take a look at their work.
I will burn your drugs. All of it at once.
Jeg vil bare lige sige, at det her var med vilje.
Ah oui, zéro film, zéro pièce de théâtre.
Welcome to the stage, Marie Euter, Claire Dunn, Ronos Montai, Sela Jakub, welcome. Yay. I like how you all sit as far away as you can from me. So much joy, thanks. I'm going to start with you, Marie, if that's right. Yes. Congratulations on this nomination and a shooting star, and also on Kamikaze. Can we talk about that a little bit, just in terms of your preparation for that role and what that role required of you, and kind of getting yourself, I guess, mentally prepared for it?
Yeah, I didn't expect to get this role at all. I was in acting school, and so I didn't know so much about filmmaking when I began to prepare. So I sort of had to find my way through, and first of all, I just read the book that it's based on. It's based on a Norwegian book by a writer called Alan Lowe. He's really big in Denmark. And I don't read too many books, but I'm a really big fan of his. So when I began the casting process for this TV show, I could sort of sense this is a really dark, terrible story, but there is some like bubbliness, funniness in it. Yeah. And I realized after talking to a friend that this was Alan Lowe. And so I just sort of had a sense of like the vibe of the show. So I just read the book many, many times. And I actually did a lot of research about preparation. So I tried out different methods during the process, and I began to work out, just just to like, because you need some stamina to do something like that.
Yeah.
And so I did that.
What were your feelings and emotions after finishing the project?
I survived. Julie survived. I survived. Yeah, because COVID, like we had to have a long break, so I just realized I'm just so proud that we got through this, and I got through this, and I just learned so much, and people were so patient with me because I was a newbie when we began this. I didn't know how to hit a mark. I didn't know anything almost. Yeah.
You can't tell at all. Bravo.
Thanks.
I mean, what would you say is the biggest thing you learned though coming out of that project? You say you kind of came in school, going straight into that.
I'd say to be flexible, because I really did my preparation, but you can prepare for an amount of time, but when you just get there, you don't know what will happen. Suddenly you're in a desert, there's sand everywhere, there's sun, wind, and you just have to be like, and suddenly, the location might not work anyway, we have to change the script. So just to be flexible all the time and like trust your gut, and that everything will be fine if you just breathe and go with the flow, really.
How was your theatrical experience last year? How did you enjoy that?
I did Molière. It's really hard.
You don't make life easy for yourself, do you? You don't make life easy for yourself.
No, but I'm lucky. I'm very lucky, and I'm grateful. But Molière is really hard, and I had to play the serious, sad girl in a really funny play. and it's necessary for the story, but it's difficult. And I'm still new. It was my debut. Wow. So I just have to try and figure out everything.
Amazing.
And but I enjoy the rehearsal process with the other actors, and the director, because you get to know one another and you sort of play around. It's not as random as filmmaking, because you just make it up.
Yeah.
When you do it, you don't do that in theater.
I'm excited to see what's next. Congratulations. Great
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks.
Claire's, theatre's been a big part of your journey, hasn't it? Theatre's an important part of your...
Yeah, I did a lot of theatre, and it was kind of, that ended up the reason I found a director to work with on my own movie that I did. But yeah, so I did a good 5 or 6 years of hardcore theatre before even hitting a screen. And it was brilliant because, I got to explore such different characters. It's a bit like Timon, where you get to do so much, and so much physical stuff as well. I played a man for a long time, which was great crack. And, I just didn't have to worry about what I looked like. I wore a tracksuit and just threw my fake, around. That was great crack. Now I know what it feels like to feel so entitled and take over the world. That was nice.
Congratulations on herself as well. I mean, a wonderful and beautiful piece of work, both in terms of the writing of it and the performance as well. What was it like playing a role that you'd written?
At first it was a nightmare because I felt like I needed to keep editing something to be better. The first week we were shooting, I was like, this is really hard. I didn't want to let it go. But then once I threw myself in as an actor and only inhabited the one character and stopped trying to think of everybody else, it was okay. And actually, this sounds a bit like, I don't know, but it was about a 5-week shoot. But every day that I played the role of Sandra, who I'd written, every day became like a little piece of paper was peeling away and going away, and I was saying goodbye to her. So by the end of it, I actually just really missed her because I'd written her for 4 or 5 years and then she was gone. you know, and that was hard. Like, I actually had to kind of really grieve it, because usually when you're an actor, I mean, you might work with a role for a year, or you might repeat a role in a series, but this was something that I created and nourished for like 4 or 5 years, and then had to let go of her. And that literally was like a process I've never been through. But it was also an honor. It was great to get to play her.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you mentioned about theatre was your way into finding your director to make the film, Phillida Lloyd.
Yeah.
What was that conversation? Did you just...
Well, I was writing the script with nobody backing me at the time, and the director that I was working with in the theatre at the time had heard through one of the other cast members that I was writing it, so she just asked me, could she have a look at it to help me out? And like, Phillida Lloyd is a big deal, like, so I wasn't asking her, but she then texted me one night and she was like, I think I want to direct your film. And I was like, get the cocktails, we're going to Hollywood. And I was like, I've got a director. But it was like Phillida Lloyd, who's like amazing, you know? She's like, she got Meryl Streep an Oscar, come on. Like, you know, I was like, this is amazing. And then cut to, it was like, she was like, yeah, I also want you to play the main role. And I was like, I mean, this is all my Christmases at once, fantastic. And then the reality of the film world, you're not getting any money for this film, we don't know who you are. So like I had no name, you know, I wasn't a big name, but Phillida really wanted me as the lead. So we just kept going, and we eventually got the finance, and we got some other good actors. But the fact that it was rooted in theatre was something I never expected in my life. Like, because I just wasn't cracking into screen work, and I was getting a bit like, oh, well, I'll just write for screen and I'll work in theatre. So it was very hopeful to me and very enlightening to learn that you can make a bridge through so many different kinds of relationships, and you just don't know it along the way, and you should just trust that if you meet the people that you like to work with, it will go somewhere, and it might not be instant, or you might not know what that is, but it does eventually happen. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, congratulations, as I said, both on the writing and the beautiful performance of the film as well.
Cheers, thanks a million.
Ronaj, I love watching you on screen, it's so great. Can we talk a little bit about Mosquito?
Yes, we can.
Because it's weird, there's a couple of similarities here with regards to taking on a character. We talked about it and playing it multiple times on different formats, sort of thing. Did that come into your performance at all in terms of having this character, you know, play on one thing and then on another?
No.
Right, okay, next question. Yeah.
Sorry, no, just because the whole shooting was, we only think about the film, not the TV series. So I think I just had the advantage of having bigger script with more scenes and more detailed. And just in post-production or editing, that they would find the film or the TV series. Yeah. So it was only thinking about the film, never the TV series.
I can't believe I've not asked anyone this yet already, but one of the wonderful things that I think about Shooting Stars is that not only do we get to celebrate your extraordinary talent, but it also really shines a light on the film and the work coming out of your country. And I wanted to ask you how you feel about the fact that you being a shooting star is shining a light on Portuguese cinema, and how important that is to you and filmmakers and the creatives in Portugal.
Well, I think it's very important because for us Portuguese, we feel like our films are being recognized, our professionals as well, and it doesn't match with the cultural politics that we have there, you know, in a way. Yeah. So I think it's very important for that. So I'm happy for myself and for the culture in my country. Yeah. I think
what informs your choices? What are you looking for in a part when you get sent a script? Is it the character, the opportunity to explore and try something new, or is it the creative team behind it, or is it both? What?
That as well, of course. Hopefully I will do something different, but more than that, it's the crew. I think it's a combination, actually. The director, the story or the narrative you're telling, if it's important for people to hear or to watch. And then if it drives me, if I'm reading the script and there's something in that character that I can imagine myself coming closer to that reality, and normally are characters that are in conflict with themselves. Those are the ones that I'm reading the script and I'm like, okay, I want to do this. But it's, I think, who's directing, the crew, and the story are the three main factors for me.
I really wanted to try and get one of those microphones for you today that you have with the, you know, the karaoke singing microphone. I just thought it'd be really fun, but I couldn't find one.
Do that, no.
I mean, we could have had so much fun with it, but I couldn't find one. So
You don't
next
want me
time,
to.
Oh, I definitely did want you to, for sure. Congratulations, so great to see you here, and well done on your shooting star.
Thank you very much.
Sue, I'm going to call you Sue, if that's okay. You said we could, if that's all right. Congratulations. I want to talk about the breaks, if that's all right. I think everything about this is phenomenal. The performances, even the colour palette of it, I just love. It's just got this richness and beauty about it. But I wanted to talk about this character and what attracted you to her and how you approached her. It's a lot of questions, sorry.
Yeah.
Tell me about Margot, basically.
I have 3 hours. I'm the last one. I can take my time.
Yeah,
no
take
problem.
as long as you need.
No, I don't know really. I think I changed the way I prepare myself each time in different movies. I don't know. I'm searching how is the most comfortable workplace for me. Yeah. But in this, for The Braves, I had the chance that Anaïs Volpe, the director, wrote a magnificent script. The dialogues were very well written, and it's very hard in French because the language is very difficult to have like something so natural. So it's easier for us to work on it. And we prepared like 2 weeks. She rent like a theater place, and we worked together with my partner, Deborah, for 2 weeks. All the dialogues, all the emotions. And yeah, I think that was basically it. We just had coffee together, we just spent time together working on everything, and then we just just go.
Whilst you were shooting, was it quite a collaborative experience in terms of reacting to things? And you know, was there the ability to shift things, to change up things, you know, and react to what was being shot?
Yeah, and we did this movie with not that much money also, and it was just after the first lockdown. So we had this kind of emergency. We didn't have like much days either, though we all acted, all the director, the costumes, everybody, the whole crew put everything they had on that movie. So this is how it was an explosion of everybody working together. And the camera is very like dynamic, very fluid. It's like a third character. It's like a third member of the two girls' relations. So we were all like improvisation together, very organic way of acting. So it was...
Do you like that?
Yeah, but I also like rehearsal. I like when it's like so it's prepared.
Know what you're doing.
Yeah, but no, it was a very interesting way to act. Yes.
It's I think it's wonderful when the teamwork thing. It was funny. Someone was talking about how, you know, kind of on a film set sometimes it can be slightly disjointed. But I think when it's a production of that size and that kind of intense, it has to work as a collaboration, doesn't it?
We have to work as a collaboration, of course, and we have to listen to each other, and we have to react. Actually, I had the chance that my co-partner, she's a big actress. She's very, very good, and she gave so much. So I just have to. We're connected. We don't have time to.
Yeah.
To do like 50 times the scene. So that it was very quickly. But yeah, it was really like a teamwork, and it's about. The movie is about sisterhood, you know, about relations, also in the cinema industry. And I've never seen those kind of relationship in movies before, how two girls, two actresses can support each other. And so there were like a tons of love and yeah, we really stick together during the shooting time.
Do you learn a lot from every production you work on? Do you come away with not just new skills, but kind of with almost kind of more kind of armor?
Yeah. I hope I'm improving myself. But as Anna-Marie also told before, working with also the director and everybody, director that I work with were so different. And I like being directed. This is something I like working with. So I try to give also the body language. I try to go specific in some different characters. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
But your background, you know, being a gymnast, you know, in a previous life, how much is that a useful tool to have in terms of the understanding of the physicality of a role?
Yes, it is really useful. I also have a theater background, so it's very useful for the stage presence, for discipline, as you told before, and also staying focused and respect everybody. And yeah, I worked as a team since I was a kid, so this is how I like to work.
Yeah. I could sit and chat to you all day, but I know we've got limited time and there are a lot of people who also want to talk to you. Huge congratulations to you all. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you.
Just to say, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick break whilst it gets reset for some photos, and I know you've got interviews to do as well, so have a cup of tea, chill out, and we'll see you back here at 10:45. Thank you. Give a huge round of applause for our final 4 shooting stars. Thank you so much.